everyone. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that have liked my video, to everyone that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. And if you're new, please click on the red button below and subscribe to my channel. In this video, I'm just going to be gisting you guys about a story, something that happened to me back in college. Before I start, I want you to get my two ebooks. The first one is 20 Dating Rules, and the second one is When God Writes a Girl's Love Story. The 20 Dating Rule is actually like any amount, so any amount that you have, you can be able to get it. And then When God Writes a Girl's Love Story is 850 naira. I'm going to leave a link below for these books so that you can be able to access them. I've actually shared this story on my blog. I just wrote about it, but I didn't give details of everything that happened. And the feedback I got was actually positive, because the truth is a lot of people don't know what people go through, except they come out and they tell you. And I was so happy that I was able to impact people. But I decided to do this video and give details and even share with people what I did that helped me and helped the situation, so that just in case you're going through the same thing, you know how to go about it. I remember a friend of mine that actually shared her story with me, because I told her about my own story, and then she said, this thing has happened to me. Do you know, I even carried over the course twice because of this lecturer. I was like, why didn't you come out to talk to people about it? She's like, even if you talk to someone about it, what would they do for you? Like, would they go meet the lecturer and be like, sir, please leave this girl alone? No, they cannot do anything about it. So it all started from my IT defense. Like, when I was defending my IT, I served in MSTC, and I taught cable jointing, and then I was defending my IT, but I didn't do a good job in the defense. And then this man is a lecturer and he's also a professor. He was just there asking me questions. He was just attacking me, this or that, in presence of my colleagues and in presence of other lecturers. And I was just like, God, what did I do to this man? Other lecturers were asking me questions, but that man, I don't know, he was just facing me, he was just asking me questions. You would think that this man hates me, like, seriously. After the whole thing, I went back to my hostel. I was so angry. I went back and I cried because it was not funny, because I was just so scared that I was going to fail the defense. It's a 5-unit course, and anything that happens, do you know what a 5-unit course is? God, I prayed. I was asking God, please help me. The way they're asking me a question, I hope I will not fail this IT defense. Then one fateful day, he now sent a lecturer to come and call me that I should get my IT report. And I was like, okay, did anybody give this professor their IT report? And everybody said no. I'm like, why is this man calling me to bring my IT report? I thought they even said I didn't even do well in the IT safe, that I went to do rubbish. And I'm like, okay. And I spoke to the lecturer. I said, okay, I'll bring my IT report to him when I'm through printing and everything. Do you know, I went to print this thing. If you know what it means to print a report of 300 or like 60 pages. I went to print it and everything, and I went to his office with my friend to like say, sir, this is the report that you requested for. So the first day I went to his office, I went with my friend. I asked my friend to follow me because I didn't want to go to his office alone. When I entered his office was so big. And then the first thing I saw was his wife's picture. I was like, oh, this is so cool. His wife's picture was on his table. That was the first thing I saw. I can remember, because I always like men placing their wife's picture on their table. I don't know why. So when I now saw it, I was like, oh, this is so cool. So we entered the office, and then we're talking to the man about the reports that he said I should bring, and then he collected it from me. There was this look that he gave me, but I didn't understand the look. I didn't know that he wanted me to come to his office alone. He didn't want me to bring anybody to his office. But anyway, when we're already there, so he was now talking about the reports, how they wanted to use it to develop a project where they get to teach other students about cable jointing. You know, that was what I did. So I was like, oh, this is so cool. Are you serious? Wow. And I was there hating myself, thinking that I didn't defend well and everything. But anyway, I didn't know that all this talk was a scam. So after the whole talk, he now told me that he will want a soft copy of the reports, so I should go and get it. I'm like, okay, sir, I will go and bring the soft copy. But I forgot about it in class. He now said it in class, and I said, Chioma, where is Chioma? And everybody pointed to me. He now said, you've not brought the reports, the stuff I asked you for. So this time around, I went to his office alone. Like, I was not even thinking anything. I'm just going there to give this man my reports. When I entered his office again, I greeted him and he told me to sit down. And I sat down, and then he started talking and talking. I was talking about engineering, from engineering talk, he now paused. And I said, there's something that he needs to talk to me about. That is something that he wants me to help him do. And I was so like, oh, what can this be? Like, you look in his face, you can just be like, okay, this is a serious conversation. There's something serious this man wants to tell me. So I asked him, so what is it? Let me help you. And then he told me that you know how it's not easy to be in a school without your wife, without your family. You know, you are just living alone. It can be really difficult. And I'm like, yes, sir, it's not easy. I was like, sir, don't you travel home to go and visit your family? He said he used to travel, but it's not like he'll be traveling every time. That he wants me to do something for him. And I'm like, okay, sir, what do you want me to do for you? And he said, please, I want you to get me girls. I thought I didn't hear him well, so I asked him, sir, I didn't hear you. Like, what did you say? He said, I want you to help me get girls that will satisfy my needs. I'm like, girls, you guys know that I'm in the same office with this man and nobody's there. So I have to use wisdom when I'm talking to him and when I'm replying him and everything. So I'm like, okay, sir, girls, how? Like he said, stop being like a child. You understand what I'm saying? Actually, yes, I understand. But oh God, me get you girls. The first thing I did was to look at myself up to that. Maybe I was dressing in a particular way that is showing that I used to go and bring girls for men because I don't understand. Like, how can you tell me to get you girls? But you know what I told him? I said, okay, sir, I will get you girls because I was just so scared. I didn't want to say anything that would get this man angry, or I didn't want to. As far I'm in that office with this man, anything can happen. So I just had to cooperate and know how and I will go out of the office and reason well. So I told him, okay, sir, I'll think about it. I will get you girls, and I say, okay, no problem. And then I left his office so that I would just have like sometimes even think about what this man is requesting me to do. Even when I explain to him, oh, that sir, you know how this school is, like Lamarck University, things like this is not something that is being heard. Like if anybody should hear about it, you telling somebody to get girls, like I don't know. So he was really pleading, like begging me to look for girls for him. So I cannot now say anything that will offend him. I just wanted him to leave the office first and think about process everything that he has just told me. So after I left his office, and then I was just like, God, what should I do? Obviously, we will like get girls. Like I don't do that. Like it's not even I'm a Christian, please. I'm a child of God. I cannot be getting girls for any man. What I did was I went to talk to my department girls and I told them that they should be careful. I even spoke to the girls that he was their project supervisor, and I spoke to them and like, you guys should be careful with this man. Oh. But one of the things that I didn't do was to disrespect him. I didn't disrespect him anyway. I didn't talk to him like anyhow. I tried to understand him and I spoke to him with respect. So there was this respect he had for me. So when he actually saw me again in class, and then he told me that I should see him in his office, like I was like, God, like this man is always telling me, see me in my office, see me in my office. Every time that he's teaching me, like, Shema, after the class, I need you to come to my office. Like sometimes he says it like in front of everybody. Everybody probably think it's academic stuff that he's calling me to his office to discuss, but nobody really knew what was going on. I was just praying and believing God that this man would change his mind. So the next time I went to his office and I told him, sir, I didn't see any girl though. Like nobody is ready to do something like this. And then he's like, what about you? And I'm like, me, sir. And he said, yes, what about you? Like, actually, why am I surprised? I wasn't even surprised because I knew that when I don't get him girls, he obviously will ask me. So I already said, prepare my mind of what I was going to say. So I spoke to him. I'm like, sir, I can't do this. Like, I can't. Remaining small, I wanted to tell him, sir, I have a fiancé, but I didn't want to lie just because I was trying to make this man leave my back. I told him that, sir, I cannot do it. Like, I cannot sleep with you, sir. This man is actually taking my 2 courses, and these 2 courses, 3-unit courses. So I'm talking about 6-unit courses, and he's my professor. So if this man puts his eyes on me, I'm in trouble because if I get an F in these courses, that's like carry over straight. And God, that was my final year. I think yes, that was my final year. And what was I supposed to do? Like, what explanation do I want to give my parents when I come home? Oh God, I was just so scared. I never imagined in a lifetime that something like this was going to happen to me, because for crying out loud, I went to a Christian school. Landmark University is a Christian school, and it's a school that I love so much. But there will always be people that want to spoil the name of a school. One of the things that I made sure that I didn't do was insult him or talk to him in a very rude way. I respected him. I was always respectful. I tried to understand him, because it's not like he's a bad person. He just have needs. Do you understand? So I didn't want to see him like he's a bad person. Which kind of lecturer is this? Which kind of professor is this? I'm old enough to be your daughter, for crying out loud. I didn't want to look at him in that manner, so that I'll be able to think well and I'll be able to relate with him well. I know you're wondering what I actually did to resolve the whole thing. Whether I slept with him, or whether I brought girls for him, or what I actually did. I know you're just wondering, what did your man do? My dear, the only thing that I know that I did was to get down on my knees with prayers and fasting. I'm serious. I said fasting and I said praying. I know you'd be like, Ormah, you have come again. If you don't use the spiritual aspect to control the physical, my dear, you still remain in the same level. I just told you of my friend that it happened to, and then she carried over this course 2 times. So if I just took the matter like nothing can happen, nothing will happen, I will just still be in the same level, and maybe I would have carried over this course. That was my final year, and this is a 3 unit course. So I went on my knees and I was always praying, and I was always fasting and believing God that God should do something, especially when I'm going to his office, that God should just touch his heart, not to think in that manner. If you actually look at the story of Pharaoh, yes, Pharaoh was actually tormenting Israel, but God had in his heart. God can change any man, whether good though, whether bad though, rapist though, any man, God can touch their hearts. So I always know that. So I always use prayer to get something from someone. Maybe I want something from you, I'll just go to God and tell God, and before you know, that person will do that thing for me. So I always know that there is power in prayer and there is power in fasting. So when these things were happening to me, yes, I spoke to my friends, but what advice do they want to give to you? What do they want to tell you? They're not in your shoes. They don't even understand what you're going through. Nobody actually understands what you're going through. The people that have not gone through it, now then they even give advice pass. That's the truth. Because they will give you advice, but have you walked on their shoes? There were times that I would just be thinking, God, I didn't know what to do. I say for 2 months, this man was on my case. And this man is my professor. So the best thing I did was to go to God in prayers. Because I was just wondering, this man tell me to bring girls for him, and now he's now focusing on me. I was just like, God, you have to help me. This is my final year. 500 level. 5 years, no be beans. Do you understand? So what do I want to do? I'll not come and write again and start another year. So my sisters and my brothers, I went to God in prayers, and something magical happened. Hey, God really, 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 really used to answer prayers. I don't know how many people believe that, but if you've not believed that God used to answer prayer, I want to tell you now that God answers prayer. If you go on your knees and pray to God from the depth of your heart, and you mean it all, and you tell God, I want you to do this thing for me, God will do it, because he answers prayers. Yes, he answered my prayer. All of a sudden, this man just stopped disturbing me. I'm telling you, just like that, he stopped disturbing me. I'm talking about a man that comes every time that he's going to teach us. After the lecture, he will tell me, come to my office. And I used to go, because what do you want me to do? If I don't go, that is another wahala. So I used to go. Then but I was always fasting and praying concerning the issue. Then all of a sudden, this man just stopped disturbing me, stopped telling me to come to his office, just like that. And then all of a sudden, he now became my friend. I'm telling you, when he even comes to our class, there's the relationship he's giving me. It was obvious that he wasn't going to jeopardize my education or anything. He just became my friend. Even me, I was surprised. Oh God, what's happening? This man is no more disturbing me. Hey, Jesus. Thank you. I was so happy. Because I was scared. Who wants to carry over another year? I was scared. And finally God answered my prayers. And this man is not even a wicked man or anything. This man is not someone that is bad. You know, I know you want to judge him like, oh God, the professor, how will he do this? Oh God. But seriously, I didn't see him in that way. He became my friend, he gives me advice, was the one even pushing me, go and apply for scholarships to do your masters. He was one giving me advice. He even spoke to my mom one time himself. He was telling my mom about me. He was like, this is your daughter, she's really good. If you see the way he was praising my head, me that I was standing there with my mom, I was so shocked. I said, God, this man, what if I had slept with this man? Like, what would I now say about myself? Like, what would I would not even have thought about it, but what if it has come up in my head, sleep with this man? There are so many girls that actually sleep with lecturers. Like, some people see it like a normal thing. If a lecturer starts looking at you and start disturbing you, you just have to sleep with him, except you don't want to pass. But I'm telling you, girls, you don't have to sleep with anybody to get what you want. You don't need to do that. You're a treasure. You're God's vessel. Like, why do you need to sleep with a man to get something from him? No, you don't need to do that. All you need to do, if you notice that someone is disturbing you, all you need to do is just to call on God, ask God to help you. Because the truth is that there are some ladies where they work self, their boss will be disturbing them and everything, and then they'll be like, God, what will I do? And some of them even like sleep with their bosses. So you see, these things are happening everywhere. Girls, it's not even only happening to girls, so it's even happening to guys. Some of the guys, there are women disturbing them. Do you understand? But my advice to you is that you don't need to have sex with anybody to get what you want, or anybody that is tormenting you. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is to fight in the place of prayer. Fight in the place of prayer. Can you imagine my own story? A man that was always disturbing me, telling me to come to his office, telling me to do this and do that, and all of a sudden he just stopped disturbing me just like that. He did not call me again to come to his office. He never disturbed me again, just like that. God took control and fought it for me, because what was I supposed to do? How was I supposed to fight that battle? I didn't want to go and report him, because if I have reported him, and other lecturers hear that I get to report their colleague and then they sack him or anything, all of them now will look at me and they will face me. That's the truth. That's what is going to happen. Even if you don't say it's a lie, that is what is going to happen. All these lecturers will then face me and everything. But I didn't even want them to even sack the man. The truth is, I didn't want them to sack him. All I wanted him to do is to stop disturbing me. So that's why I went to God and I spoke to God and I prayed to God about it, because I know that the only person that can change a man is God. And the only thing that I could do was to pray. And God answered my prayer. So my dear sisters and my dear brothers, you don't need to have sex with anybody to get something. All you have to do is believe that God can do it for you, and then you pray to God that God will help you, because you don't know how to help yourself, and then there is no man that can help you but God. Anyway, guys, I'm so happy that I was able to share this story with you. Leave in the comment below if you've actually gone through something like this, and tell us what you did, how you're able to go through it also. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys in my next video. Bye.